it's a thing called in Shima. We call it in Shima. Some people call it pap. Some people call it ugali. Some people call it sadza. It's all the same thing.
Was that meat?
Oh no! Oh, sorry, I don't eat meat. It's made out of starch. It's a corn-based sort of thing. It's a bit like what people call like fufu. It kind of looks the same, but it's not made from the same. Kind of roll it up in your hand, dab it into some vegetables, some meat, eat it together. Yeah.
Okay then. So coming to England, yeah. Do you remember like the first day in England or anything like that?
I remember the flight.
Okay.
And I remember realizing where I'm gonna live. Like I remember the day that I was outside by these flats in East London, and I was like, okay, yeah, like I'm gonna live here, sort of thing. I remember all of that very clearly. Yeah.
Only child?
Oh no! I'm the oldest of three. I've got a younger brother that's 20 and a little sister who's 15.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Grew up with both parents?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so what's school like for you then?
Well, you know what? School. I went to an all-girls school, and I went to an all-girls school in East London. There was the majority of people in the school were from an Asian background, so I was like one of very few Black people in the school. And looking back on it, that gave me a sense of confidence, because it was kind of like when it came into like music class, they'd be like, "Oh, who can sing?" They'd be like, "That one." So even though I couldn't sing,
talk a Black girl.
You know, literally, even though I couldn't sing. I still to this day have the confidence to, if you give me a mic, I will sing, because I had 5 years of them just being like, that one. Do you understand?
So maybe would they make you sing then?
Oh, do you know what the funniest thing is? First day of school was a Wednesday. In music class, last lesson of the day, music teacher was an absolute psycho anyway, looking back on it. And then he was like, does anyone have any talents? Does anyone, play an instrument? Does anyone sing? They did the whole she can sing sort of thing, even though it was day one.
And you're the new girl.
And you didn't. No, we were all new.
Oh,
it was
okay,
day one.
well.
It was day one.
So
they just did. Yeah, they just did her. And me being me, I was like, oh, okay, cool. And they're like, can you sing? And I was like, I'm gonna try. And out of nowhere, all you can. Well, sometimes I go out by myself, and all the girls start clicking. I'm singing Valerie. And everyone was like, "Go sing it, Valerie!" And I was like, "Valerie!" in the classroom, and I was like, "Oh, I had no business singing." But then my teacher, liar, you can sing, probed me for like the next 3 years that he worked in the school. You can sing. You've got a beautiful falsetto when you drop into this, and I was like, I can sing. So I grew up believing up until like the age of 14, 15, thinking I was gonna be a singer. Be a singer.
So what made you give up then?
When something just clicks and you become more mature and more of an adult, and you realize, actually, no, you cannot. I think there was just a moment in school when I was just like, you can't sing. They lied, and that's fine. You can't sing. And I was just like, yeah, cool. And I had to make the decision between doing either sports or the creative arts, and I was like, yeah, sports.
Being older now, would you recommend adults to send their girls to only girls' school then?
There's pros and cons.
What's the cons?
Cons are there's just an understanding of boys that maybe I don't have because I spent 5 years away from them. Obviously, I had a little brother, which does help, and he was he was in a mixed school, so I was living through him to an extent. But I can't really tell you because I've come from the girls' school. However, I have been, interacting with my friends who I had in primary school who went off to go into, mixed schools. They seem as if they had a really bad time in school. I wouldn't say I had a bad time in school. I loved it. They talk about stuff like being bullied and all that type of stuff. I'm like, me, no. So it happened in my school.
You was bullied?
No, I said in my school.
Oh, okay. Me, in my mind, I think you remember like Fresh Prince, like you the cool Black girl in school. Right. Am I right or wrong?
Kind of. You're right. And it did happen. Obviously, there might have been instances where things were happening in our school, but it would get squashed very quickly because it was more of our school had the ethos to an extent. It was like, we're all girls, we should be nice and kind to each other sort of thing, even though the girls would argue and fight. But the more I got older in the school, the more the ethos was spread out through the school. Whereas the friends that I had in mixed schools were like, yeah, no, it wasn't like that. It was cold. I'm like, yeah.
Did you see any racism?
I went to a predominantly Asian school, And when I say Asian, I mean a lot of the people were from Pakistan or from Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, India. And I don't know if you call this racism, but there were stereotypes. Stereotypes.
Well, give you that chicken all the time.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff. It was the chicken. It was the you're gonna have the better body sort of thing. It was the you're more athletic, and it was those kind of things.
Okay then.
Yeah, it was just stereotypes, a whole lot of stereotypes, and then it would be stuff like people touching your hair as well. Yo,
is that really insult? Like, do you take that personally?
Why are you touching my hair? Like, I don't get it. Like, why is your hand in hair that gets washed so it's in a clean state or dry? Do you know what I mean? Why are you touching my hair? Furthermore, like, you're coming from a different household, and the way I was raised personally, I can only speak for myself. My mom always told me that my hair is my power, sort of thing. And so if you're touching my power, what are you doing when you touch it? And not even what are you doing when you touch it, what have your parents probed you to do? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, my mom used to be like, it might not even be your little friend in school that, knows what they're doing, but they could be touching your hair and there's intention from parents who know what they're doing. So I was like, listen, I don't know what my mom means by that, but don't touch my hair in it. Furthermore, do you see me touching yours? I don't want to touch yours, so why are you touching mine?
Was your parents strict?
Not in the slightest.
So you were forced to go to church or anything?
I was.
Okay then.
But I think my parents were fair. And I think I got beaten up just like everybody else.
My parents?
They're like, as in, I got beat.
Okay.
I got slapped down by my mum, but it's funny looking back on it because
the worst time?
It's character building things to me personally.
You don't look troublesome though, man. Yeah, you don't look. I'm assuming like I think your brother seems like the troublesome one.
He learned to be troublesome from me.
Okay.
I think one thing that's been like my strength, and I think I've just had to fine tune it and learn how to use it in a good, constructive way, is the fact that I'm outspoken and I really do just say what's on my mind. So obviously when I was much younger, I was just saying anything. Like, I would be telling teachers about themselves quite a bit, and that would get me in trouble. Okay. And it wouldn't ever be nonsense that I'm saying. I think teachers used to call me a smart aleck. I don't even know what that really means, but I would say like, Miss, why are we learning this? Do you use this at home? And then it'd be like, no, Valerie, you have to sit down with it. And I'm like, but Miss, do you use this? And she'd be like, no, I don't. So why am I learning it then? Sort of thing. And she'd be like, you're learning it because part of the curriculum. But why am I learning the curriculum? Sort of thing. I'm like,
you was the why girl.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, why?
Yeah, I hear that.
And my English, I remember my maths teacher even telling my parent, my dad, she was like, there's kids who are good at English. There's good kids who are good at maths. There's some who do very well in both. Your daughter's an English girl. She's not good at maths because she likes to ask why. And with numbers, it just is. And your daughter can't understand that. And I was like, you're right, I can't, because you made it that way, sort of thing. So yeah, I like to ask questions a lot.
So what's your favorite subject?
In school, what my favorite subject would be, PE, was always PE, which is, what led me down to the path of being where I am today. But outside of, the sports, which is the obvious one, I can't lie. Drama and English were neck and neck. I love those two things because, again, you can always ask why, and there's a never-ending reason as to why. So you can really go into a rabbit hole. I said, maybe this, and you can go into more. So yeah, I really did appreciate those two subjects.
When you're growing up, who's like your role model, your influence?
Nobody.
Not at all?
Nobody. I get asked this quite a lot. I never had a role model.
Seriously?
Never had anyone that I wanted to be like. I just had my idea of what I would like to be like. Maybe that's influenced by small aspects of other people, but there's never been that one person that I'd like to be like. Like, I can't call on a name to be like, there was a point where you looked up to this person, because I think, I don't know why I came to this realization, but the first place that I lived in when I moved to England, which was with my aunt's house, I don't know what made me realize this, but I said to myself, how old was I? 5 or 6? there's no point in putting someone on a pedestal because you don't know them completely. So you don't know what they do, and you don't know who they really are to idolize them. So I don't know why I came to that conclusion, but since then, I don't know you. You might be good at something, which I respect, but I'm not going to idolize you. You're good at that. And if I put my mind to it, I can be good at it too. So,
see, me, I was a bit different. I grew up in the Michael Jackson era, innit? And everyone wanted to be like Mike, innit? Like, and plus, Michael Jackson was like, at one point he's black, he's white, Mexican. So he's everyone as well, innit? So that's why, innit?
He was everyone
he was every race at one point, innit? So everyone could relate to him at one point, innit? And again, obviously, I'm a boy, so obviously, we're a boy. Like, I used to love wrestling, innit? The joy that wrestling there, so hip hop as well, innit? So that was my influence, innit? So I always wanted to know from a female perspective, innit? But my sister was a bit younger, so she was into Spice Girls and that rubbish there, innit? No, I couldn't say rubbish because Spice Girls was big, innit?
No, but like Spice Girls, sis.
Spice Girls was big, you know?
No, but I was there.
No, Big Spice. Do you remember how Big Spice?
I know all the lyrics. I get it.
You just play a Spice Girls song.
But it has to be, I see, yeah, hold tight, shake it to
the yeah, that's a picture, you know.
Right.
Yeah, Spice the World. I'll do forever. But,
it's just the, I see, yeah, hold tight. Yeah, I like that. I like it.
So in terms of music, what was you feeling back then? Like, in terms of you, like,
back then when?
Like when you were young, innit? Like, you can remember, like, your favorite song
Vibes
back then.
Cartel.
You
know what song was it? 80 tell them, but come wine up, come turn around and wine. That was my jam. And you know what? Me now go eat when
one man,
I had no business singing that in school. But what we used to do is after school, someone would have a speaker and we used to walk on the high street playing one man tell me good yeah with our little selves not knowing what we're singing. We didn't know what we were singing. And you know what was the other song? Good Hole was around as well.
Yeah.
Good Hole was on repeat with the gang, on repeat. We were so deep in bashment. It was quite funny because none of us, bar one girl, was actually from the Caribbean in general.
That's what she's like, because you was Zambia, like, did people understand? Did they know where Zambia was? Like,
it didn't matter because we were so in the Jamaica thing.
So
Everyone forgot where everyone was from, and we were in Jamaica all the time. And we had a little saying as well, like, you'll be like, hey, yo, if someone said something crazy, we'd be like, the ganja you're smoking must be fresh from Jamaica. It was like, no, we were knee deep in it. Knee deep.
So did you go to college then?
Yes.
Which one do you go to?
Haven College, not the sixth form, the college.
Where's that?
So my campus was in Harold Hill.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, but that's far.
Yeah.
Plus, like Romford and that.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Sheffield. Hey.
Yeah. Shenfield side.
Yeah, Brentwood and that.
Yeah.
So you left the Asians, went to the white area.
Yeah. Do you get it? I said, done this off, and I went. I nearly went to a college that was in the same area as my school. And I literally, first of all, I didn't have the grades to qualify because I was doing nonsense in school. I was bunking. I was doing left, right, and center. So I didn't get any good grades. I never
school, you know.
It's not that I bunked. I just wasn't present in the class. Does that make sense?
No.
Like, I'm in the class, but I'm not in the class.
Okay.
Like I'm in the class, but I'm writing a poem in the class. I'm not paying attention. Do you get it?
Yeah.
I'm in the class, but I'm practicing my French, but we're in science. Do you get it?
You speak French?
No. I wasn't there either.
Yeah.
I was not. It's not that I won't ever claim and say that I speak French. I do not speak French. However, that was what I was learning in school. So at that time where this is a new language sort of thing, and I take on to languages and cultures very quickly. So when I was in school, it was French at the time. So obviously French homework, I'm in the back doing my French homework sort of thing. So yeah, like just wasn't present. So I didn't get good grades. So I couldn't get to any of the colleges I wanted to go to. Ended up going to Havering, the college, and I had to beg to get in there as well. And then she was just like, you know what?
The black girl begging the white people to come to school.
Yo.
Please.
If I could go back and tell myself, I should have told myself to get off the floor.
I'm surprised they make you audition.
I basically did. So this is what happened. I signed up to Newvic, which is in Newham. I didn't have the grades for what I wanted to do because I wanted to do law. I wanted to do da-da-da-da. I didn't have the grades, couldn't get in. Next day, I'm going into Havering, the sixth form, right, which has got, some class and dignity sort of thing. The one that everyone would be like, yeah, I'm Havering sixth form, I go there. Get there now. They were like, yeah, your grades ain't good enough. And I was like, and I knew it as well. I got declined before. So the woman told me that there's a college down the road and they'll probably take you with your grades sort of thing. And you want to do sports, right? Like they'll take you, it'll be one thing, it'll be a BTEC, but you can do the sports over there. So I literally, because I didn't know the way and the bus was taking ages, ran, if you guys know the area, from Haven sixth form, which is more up Minister sides, all the way. I was jogging all the way to Harold Hill. Yeah.
No way.
I jogged it. Yeah.
Seriously?
Active, bag on my back, and I jogged the whole way because the bus was taking time and there was traffic. 294 was not coming. Yeah. So I jogged it. I get there. Shit's closing down now. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I get in and the sports people are lined up and I was like, oh my God, like I need to get in. These are my grades. I'm really good at sports. I'm the only, like my thing was I'm the only girl that did dance in my year group. I got a good grade for dance. And then I was looking at her eyes. Her name was Nicole. I love her to bits to this day. She was like, what makes you so special? Because she's very cutthroat. She was like, what makes you so special? What makes you think I'm going to take you in if your grades are rubbish? Sort of thing. And I said, Nicole, I will excel in this. I just need a chance, sort of thing. And then she was like, sign up, took me on for the BTEC. And I ended up getting the best grades in the whole borough. Thank you very much. So I told her, I said, I'm going to make an effort, sort of thing. So I ended up getting, the best grades. And I came back to her and I said, yo, I told you, I will make the efforts. But yeah, that's how I ended up in Harold Hill.
So and it was good. What's the culture like there?
What's the culture like there?
The culture like Harold Hill, yeah.
It was hilarious. It was hilarious to go from. It was hilarious to go from being in school, and I love the fact that we used to walk down the hallway singing, yeah, and we used to like. This is not offensive to like. I don't mean this to be offensive at all, but the girls would be like, the Asian girls had a song called Curry.
What?
They were taking because they were dancers as well, so they would do routines to whatever we said. So they were hip with it. So it seemed like curry sort of thing. We would walk down the hallway singing stuff like that, and then it would be stuff like we'd open a hallway door and I'd scream, "Ain't nobody got time for that!" Then all the girls would be like, "Ain't nobody got time for that." I've gone from that to walking into a classroom where we've got Charlotte, Hannah, and Katie. And
Sophie.
And how you know Sophie?
Come on, everyone knows a Sophie.
How you know Sophie?
Sophie, there's always a Sophie. There's a Claire.
How you know Claire?
No, man.
How you know? Listen, literally.
It's true around Essex side, Bromford, man.
Literally.
Bromford on Saturday night, you can't go wrong, man.
Oh, you went to that shub, innit? That little shub in the corner there. What's it called?
Oh.
What's it called? You know what? It's not even important to remember. Oh, no, can't remember. Never actually went in. I just heard about it quite a lot.
I forgot the name right now still. Yeah, I used to work in Romford, didn't it?
Yeah, fair enough. I used to work in the Sports Direct.
Wait, Romford?
Yeah, Sports Direct while I was in college.
I know what that is.
Yeah, I used to work in the Sports Direct while I was in college. And it was quite, like, the culture was different. Like,
I find it funny. I find them funny. Essex guys, I just find them funny.
Hilarious.
They love the cars, innit? They love the cars, innit?
No, from early, because that was the age that you could drive.
Yeah.
So they coming in, and Charlie Reap's coming in with a new car. Like,
they'll key up as well, innit? They'll key up the blue lights in the car there.
I'm going to make, my dad said he's going to do the engine. And I'm like,
Less time in on Saturday.
More time. Me and my humble little African self who only knows, Asian culture and black culture. I'm here thinking, I don't even want to speak because sometimes I feel like I sound fresh in comparison to you because you have all this. And the thing is, what I find so funny and I'll never get over it is the fact that everybody says everyone's full name. So it was really weird to be referred to as like, oh, do you know Valerie Ross? I'm like, my last name. That's what you're calling my last name. Do you know I'm Sophie Leap?
Because they all got the same name. That's why.
Kelly and Shelley. I'm like, because they all got the same name. So you have to say the last name as well. I'll never get over that.
Yeah, and I used to call me by my surname because I got a very old white person surname, so they used to call me by my surname. But no, they're funny, man. They like to buy the drinks. That's what I like chilling with them.
But I never got that far with them because I found you guys so weird. I'm never going to spend much time with you. I was there for the banter, but I was never really fully immersed in it. I was just like, nah. But however, I will say this, looking back on it, I became such a house head. I was throwing shapes. I was doing ooh, ooh, ooh. I was throwing them shapes, but I wasn't throwing them as in, oh yeah, listen to house. I was throwing them as if like, yo, I'm in this Ministry of Sound vibes. Like I'm just in.
So do they know about the Zambian culture? Or
they had no idea. You think they could, you'd think they would ask me, nah. They'd be like, oh, where are you from again? I'm like, babe, it's been 2 years. It's been 2 years. You're not even remembering.
But there's always one cool person that knows that black culture, you know.
Nah, it wasn't like that.
Not one person.
There was not one person. There was not one person.
You know about Sean Paul?
They didn't. They weren't interested.
Okay.
I think there was one guy that in the second year started to show his stereotypes again. So he'd be like, oh, like, do you know that song? Yeah, you must do, didn't you? Cause you're, you know.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Oh, boosted it up. Yes.
Literally.
Like that as well. Come on,
because you're, you know. I'm like, no, I don't know that song actually. But you know that house song, Walk with the Lions. I walk with the lions. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, that beat. They'd be like, oh, do you know that song? You would know it because it's from he's like you, and I'm like,
oh, flip.
That's user type beat. I don't know that stuff. So I don't know it.
After college, you go uni then, or?
Oh no.
You know the uni.
I said I like money.
You should have summed it up, man. You should have went to the black uni. That would have made a full story, man.
No, I went. So from college, I signed up for uni, but then I was just like, took a left turn, and I was like, I want to get qualified to be a PE. No, what happened was from college, because my grades were so good, I got scouted to be like an apprentice PE teacher. So for a bit, I was working with a company to train me up to be a PE teacher without going to uni. So I was working at that for a bit. And that was horrible. Why? Because my manager was so horrible to me. He was like mad racist as well. And it was like, he was
like, you gave me a banana every single day.
No, what? And you as well. Banana every single day. He would just do that, you know, because you're, you know, I bet you're good at that. And don't get me wrong. Like, I love the fact that I had so many dance classes because I was teaching in primary schools. So it was great to teach kids dance classes. But he was like, yeah, put them on there because, you know, you can teach them that, can't you? And it's all good and true when it's good. But then they say I'm 10 minutes late for something. He'd call me and be like, you answer to me. I'm your boss. You don't talk to me like that. Remember who you are and where you come from. And I'm like, hey,
Charlie.
Oh, yay.
What's wrong with Dave today?
Yay. I said, bruh. Hey. And you know what? I drew the line when he spoke to me like that. And then I was like, you know what? Let me call, like, I called my dad to tell him about what had happened. Bearing in mind, I'm not living with my dad at this point. So for me to call my dad when I don't even live with him to think this is the person I'm going to tell that I'm going through something, it's a big deal because nine times out of 10, I'll handle things myself, sort of thing. I've called my dad now. My dad's been like, I was supposed to work the rest of the day. He said, come home. Come to mine and then, you know, I'll deal with the rest, sort of thing. And I'm not gonna lie to you, my dad's very young, so he was on smoke. So when he said to deal with the rest, I said, yeah.
You met him? You met him?
I don't know.
What, hands and feet involved?
Oh, I don't know.
Hey, uncle.
I don't know.
You gave the Black Panther punch?
All I know is he didn't speak to me like that again, and I got an apology, and I got lifts from home to work after. So I don't
uncle, man.
I don't know. No, I don't know what my dad did. I don't know. But yeah, the mood shifted.
Judging it. You bang judging him.
I don't know. But I left the job soon after anyway, because I was just like, you can't be speaking to me like that. I kind of didn't feel comfortable working for him anyway. I was like, my dad didn't have to, you know, put you in your place for me to speak like this. And I was just like, you know what? This job is depressing anyway. I'm following your rules and I'm teaching the kids to your standard when I feel like there's things that I want to teach the kids which aren't in line with your curriculum. So I left that. But as I was leaving, I started my PT course to be a personal trainer. And I was just like, you know what? If it doesn't work out keeping kids active, let me see if I can work with adults to keep them active, sort of thing. So that's how I fell into it, to be fair. As I was teaching the kids, I started my qualification. Then I was just studying for a bit. Then ever since, I've just been PTing. Yeah.
Did you ever fat?
Was I ever? No, it was the opposite end. I was very, very small.
Okay.
I've been, for my body and what I feel personally, slightly overweight, but never really, really big. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Because again, I get a lot of criticism because I fat shame, innit? And I think it's healthy. Me personally, I think it's healthy because shame, isn't it? It's shame,
shame, isn't it?
No, think about it. When you go parents' evening, with your parent, and you do rubbish at grades, your parents will shame you, innit?
Yeah.
Until you get good grades, innit? So that's the same thing, innit? And plus, that's my guilty pleasure. I just like watching.
I said my guilty pleasure.
Oh
my god!
I like watching fat people run for public transport.
My god!
You don't find it to see me. You're laughing when you find it.
Nah, you know why I'm laughing? I'm laughing because I'm happy with your. I'm happy because you're open about it. And a lot of people feel very restricted to speak. Yeah, a lot of people feel very restricted about their opinions to speak. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, speak your piece. I think with regards to being overweight, I think people become overweight for various different reasons. And that's like, as my job is not to judge, more so it's to help you if you want to be helped. I urge people who are overweight to either get help or get moving. If you're going to stay in an overweight state, it's not healthy. It's not good for you. But at the end of the day, who am I to tell you what's good for you? If you're trying to, meet your maker a lot sooner, that's your business, sort of thing. If it becomes an inconvenience for me, for example, let's say, the seats on a train are not that big. That's when it's an inconvenience to me. But outside of that, live your life, man. Live your life how you want to live your life. Just don't. My thing is, I always look at the bigger picture. And if a large amount of people are over consuming goods, like let's say food and all that type of stuff, with this supply and demand, more people.
That's what I'm saying. This is why fat shame.
So more people are going to feel the need to, supply higher amounts of things. And if you're supplying at a higher rate, then you are having to maybe sometimes compromise the quality of things and where they're coming from. And if we live in a state where that becomes more and more okay, our health depreciates even more and we're dying sooner. And hey, I just want you to live a happy, long life. So maybe if you are overweight and you feel like it's your time to change. If not, you heard what I just said.
Again, as I said, I went through a stage where I was attracted to fat girls. All I just was like, I just like fat girls.
God, and we know why.
No, it's not even that. It's just I just go through weird stages like that. But then, like, after a while, someone told me like you shouldn't be fat shaming like that. So I used to do gently. I used to just like chill with a fat girl and just put like Professor on in it. And that film.
Oh my god! Wow.
It's true though. Because it changed him in. When he was waking up and he got cussed up and like he changed himself up, isn't it? It's true. It's true. I'm seriously like, bro.
It's true.
I'm not 100%.
It's true. I didn't say you're lying.
It's cool. So what? How do you say you look like someone you lose weight in? Because I can't say it politely, innit?
For me personally, I've only ever had to tell one person because they're close to me. And with that person, we have the relationship enough to be like, man, this is not healthy and you need to change, sort of thing. And I often send videos of people who are bigger doing work, if that makes sense. Like I'd find videos of people who are bigger, but they're putting in work in the gym or something like that. And they're doing something which is really simple. Like there'd be like a small box and they're just stepping up and, they're sweating. I would send that to the person. And that's it. But anyone else who I've never... Bearing in mind, like, if you know me, you know the people that are around me. Like, I don't really have people that are overweight around me. So, like, because I just feel like I'm in a place in my life where I have a certain goal, and my goal is so fine-tuned that everything around me suits that goal. So, including the people around me, literally the people around me have the exact same goals as me. So, I don't have anyone that's slightly overweight. Not because I'm strategically picking not to have them, but like, I'm so focused on that thing that just because of how energy works, people around me are on the same thing. Obviously, my clients are in a different boat, and that is where I come to help, because regardless of what your goal is discipline. And that's something that I know I'm able to, teach. So when it comes to discipline, I don't care if you're, extremely overweight, you're trying to do something, I can teach you discipline. So yeah, with telling people, I've never told someone. However, I've gone up to someone working out, being like, can I take you through something? Because I see what you're doing, but I think like I could take you through something that will, can help you more, sort of thing. Yeah.
Again, I've been in different scenarios where I've taken a girl cinema and watched her like struggle to get into the seat, and I know it's digging in. Like you see on my car as well. I've seen a girl struggle to get into my car, innit? Like I've seen like these are things I'm go by, innit? So that's why I always fat shame as well, innit? And I'm saying, look, you're looking at short term. I'm going to say the long term for you, isn't it? Like you're a beautiful girl. Like you got great personality. Not you, but in general, the girls got a beautiful personality. Like tell the truth, like fat girls got the best personalities. But yeah, they got the best personalities.
But you know why? Because they're not focused on how they look. They just focus on how they're coming.
I know. And imagine when you get the looks, bam, you get a 100% baller. You're getting a footballer. Big facts.
Maybe they don't want the footballer.
Well, I don't know what you want, but the reason why I show like fat girl, but I do chill with fat girls because there's food in the house, innit? So it's free food for me. But it's true stories like fat girls and baby mums, innit? That's why I was chill with them because there's always snacks in the house, innit? But we should. I just want to know for yourself, like, Rob, there's been a situation where like a fat person's given up before.
Met plenty times.
Is it like just walked off like, no, I can't do this no more?
Plenty.
yes.
Plenty of times. But then I always, in the isolated instance, think to myself, is this where I go and get onto them? Or is this where I let them walk away? There's been times where someone has literally walked off from a workout and I've literally pulled up my trousers and bent to them because they're sitting down. I'm saying, and this is the kind of mentality that got you here in the first place. So you're going to keep thinking like this, or you're going to change it and you're going to go back and finish off what you started, sort of thing. But you've given me money and you've trusted me enough to be that person, to be delicate enough to say such a thing to you, but you understand it's with the best intentions. But then there's been other times where someone's walked off and it's been like, this girl's giving up anyway, so let her go. Or it's not her time. She might find the motivation in 2 years when she nearly, I'm sorry to say this is kind of stuff that happens when she has like a stroke or a heart attack where she says, okay, cool, now I actually need to, pattern up. So it happens for different people at different times, and you just have to be that person when they're ready to be that person. Because I remember saying that was like the teacher always comes when the student is ready to learn, sort of thing. I'll be here, and when you're ready, I'll come forth, sort of thing.
So what do you say to the fat people that say, it's easy for you to say because you're skinny, but you're not going through what I'm going through, you ain't got this.
If I smack your mom. It's easy for you to say, that sounds like a bunch of excuses to me as well. And it's excuses and you still sound very sorry for yourself. And instead of, for example, there's instances where I am at a disadvantage in the field that I work in as a Black woman. I'm at a disadvantage. I'm not telling all the white people, it's easy for you to say. There's things like lifting and, there's elements of certain things. I'm short. So certain things have to be changed. Let's say, for example, when I'm benching, I have to put 2 plates down because I'm so short that my feet don't touch the ground. I'm at a disadvantage. You don't hear me making excuses. You hear me finding the solution. So putting those 2 plates down. And you used to say, it's easy for you to say is running your mouth and you're not moving. All that energy, you could be moving and could be making something happen, regardless of the fact that you're at a disadvantage. There's many people who are at disadvantages, but still thriving because they put the time and the effort in. So bar all your excuses to the side and make shit happen. Like make it happen, regardless. Defy the odds. Defy your odds that you've put in your head. Like, what's these caps? Because people have lost weight before. How many people have you seen who have been bigger than you and lost more weight than you, and you're complaining? Oh, because I've got this health condition. How many people with your health condition have lost weight? Because and how many people who have less time than you? Molly May said, "With the same 24 hours Beyonce." Get me? So that's what I'm saying.
I want to switch gears a bit. I've seen in terms of obviously about fat people as well, but about dieting. Again, like, Raw, are you vegan?
Vegetarian.
You vegan?
Vegetarian.
Okay, vegetarian. Yeah. I can't do vegetarian because I can't afford it. But
it's cheaper.
Nah, but when you go walk past the chicken shop, you see 2 pieces of chicken tips. A bit weak willed, isn't it? And then plus, like, I'm a carnivore, innit? Like,
yeah, I hear you.
I'm a carnivore.
Yeah.
But again, a Big Mac does have lettuce in it, so which I had before I came here, yeah. But yeah, it's got lettuce and it's got onions as well, innit? But it's not in terms of dieting, like what? Because there's alkaline diets. There's so many different diets. Which one would you recommend to us as a minority first? Isn't it?
One with less meat. Oh God.
Seriously.
we get sick of this thing because we're having so much of it. Overconsumption is an issue. Because let's say, for example, one thing that again I can only speak, on my experience of life, but in Zambia, women are able to eat, a big plate of something that, they will ross up a plate of something big. And then that one plate will last them the day, or they might have 2 plates of this massive meal. You're forgetting that this woman is walking everywhere. So when me and you take the train, it takes 45 minutes to get somewhere. She's walking that same trip and it's taking her 3 hours to walk, and she's walking back. Bearing in mind that, so it's different. It's different. We can't eat the way we used to eat or the way that home eats. We're not home anymore. So we need to consume less because we have to get with the times, sort of thing. We have to get with where we are. And another thing is red meat as well. It's just heavy on our systems. We're like, one thing that's a blessing about being Black is our bodies and our state is very, very, it's still very true to, how it was intentionally. So when we're digesting food, there's parts of it was like we can't digest this. It's hard for the body to digest because naturally we're hunters and gatherers. We're running around. We need to be light on our feet, and some of this stuff is so heavy on our system. It takes so long to digest because it's heavy food, and we don't need it as much. I'm not ever telling anyone to cut meat out. Never. Like I say this to everyone whenever like people want to try and date and all that. Oh, do I have to? Do you only date people that? Nah, like. Just eat less. Like, what was this? It was a saying that said, eat plenty food, mainly vegetables, make your plate colorful, and eat what you enjoy, sort of thing. Because eat your meat. Nobody's telling you not to. Because back home, they're eating meat too. So, and it's just the overconsumption. It's the having the excess too much, because we've become very excessive because of the culture in Western world. You're having this much protein, this much chicken. You don't need it. You don't need it. It gets to a point where your body only needs X amount of protein. You can work it out with a calculation. Past that, you don't need it, sort of thing. So less meat, more balance, more veg. Making sure that, if needs be, because you can see in your own personal diet, you need to supplement, make sure that you're taking like vitamin D some way or the other, and just get really holistic with it. I think that's one of my strengths. I've always been very holistic. I care so much about our bodies in tune with the earth and in tune with, before the city lights and everything, like in tune with that, because that's our steady state before, as I said, the city lights, like just what your body needs. Like,
I just need to clarify on the vitamin D, because some guests were tipsy right now. They might think the other vitamin D in it.
Oh, no, you thought that. No. Vitamin D, the freaking vitamin, the microvitamin.
Yeah, but
D.
what kind of foods in vitamin D? That's what I'm saying. You need to be precise.
If I'm not mistaken, it's foods which are dark green. Which
okay, yeah, be precise. You have to be precise.
If I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong, guys. Or something I've been drinking.
No, because I'm big on, like, as you said, we said vegetables, but I'm big on like us grow. I think Black people need to grow our own foods in it, more in it, which we don't do in it, especially in England. And I always want to know, like, if I want to support, I would rather support a Black supermarket, which there is, but I think there's only one in Tottenham I know about, in it. But I don't know if you know any others. Black groceries, or
I'm in a place where it's an ethnic minority, so I never know who's owning what.
Okay.
But no, I don't know many, and I'd urge people who have the idea to move with the idea. Like, urge you, because I remember watching something, and it wasn't long ago, which was like, an idea is a vibration, and if you're in tune with that vibration, the idea comes to you. But then if you sit there and you don't act on that vibration, it will move to someone else who's in tune with it. So I remember, and that sat with me so well, because I remember this one time I was working in Sports Direct in Romford. I had this idea. I don't even remember what it was. I just remember the feeling that I was left with once the idea left me. I had this idea. I was in Sports Direct racking up the clothes. I was thinking, I'm going to do it. But I sat on it too long. It went, no word of a lie. It was 2 weeks later, I saw someone else doing it. And I was like, that was such a unique idea. That was such a amazing idea. And it went to someone that I knew, because vibes travel, sort of thing. If you have the idea to open that Black-owned food store, do it before the vibration leaves you. Actually, just do it, sort of thing, because it will leave you and you'll see your neighbor doing it. You can't even be mad because you didn't act.
What helps with clear skin?
water, minding your business, not too much sugar, not too much or like saturated fats and oils. So you can't be having a Big Mac twice a week.
Hey, pressure.
Sorry.
But you love cheat days though.
I don't have cheat days. I just eat how I eat. I don't have cheat days. I have I've recently
You're rich though. You're right.
I've recently been having chocolate near enough every day, but in very small amounts. Like I have like a
I heard that dark chocolate's good for you.
No, I love dark chocolate. I do. It is good for you.
Yeah,
it is.
Good for you.
But sometimes I'll be having the cream, the milk chocolate sometimes, even though I shouldn't. But everything in balance. Everything in balance. Everything in balance. Clear skin would be water, mind your business, veg, a variety of veg, because that's one thing I try and do. I try and verify. Wow. I try and create a variety of veg within my food as well. Yeah. And just stress, because spots and, lack of clear skin would be stress as well, because you have to work internally what's going on in your mind. Your skin will show you what is going on in your mind, sort of thing. So it needs to be clear as well. If you've got any issues in your bowel, it can show up on your skin, sort of thing. It's everything. Everything needs to be fine-tuned, sort of thing.
Also, because obviously before you came on, I was asking my friends like certain questions. I said some of my friends, they don't go to the toilet enough. And what's the average time you should
3 times a day? Well,
number 2.
Yes.
3 times a day.
For every meal you eat is every time you should go.
Hey.
Fiber. You should be going 3 times a day. 3
Well, that's
because as much as you put things in, you should be going out, right?
So if you're not going 3 times a day,
it's clogging up in there.
Okay.
It's 2 to 3 times a day. Like I remember my as I said, I was the only kid that did dance in my year group. And my dance teacher was a lady from St. Lucia, but she spent a lot of time in South Africa. Not South Africa, but Africa in general, Southern mostly. And she used to walk around school with no shoes, all that type of stuff. She was very, very holistic. I may have picked up her vibe from there as well. And she used to teach me all this extra stuff. Like she was the kind of teacher that would have a drum and be like, Valerie, dance for me. Boom, 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 boom. And then we just get into something, sort of thing. She was the one that taught me that. And then I looked into it, and obviously studying for personal training, nutrition, and all that type of stuff. Your bowel should be getting clean. But you should, because there's things you eat, and obviously as much as you take the good stuff from it, there's stuff that needs to be removed from it too. Your bowel should be moving, which is why there was this bar. I forgot the name of it because it was a while ago. I came across this bar because I got given it for free, and it tasted amazing. To me, my vegetarian self, it just tasted great, and it didn't do anything to me. But I went back to work in the gym that I was in at the time and had stack loads of this bar. I was giving it to everyone who worked in a gym. They were all like, "What's in that bar, man? We're going to the toilet there. Like, what's going on? What's going on? My belly's hurting."
Laxative.
No, it wasn't a laxative. It just had fiber in it.
Okay.
It just had fiber in it. And I started to realize that you don't have fiber in your diet. But the thing is, I have fiber in my diet through beans, lentils, legumes, So, I mean, people will be eating, let's say, rice and peas, and that's your fiber done. But you need to be having the lentils. You need to be having the chickpeas, which are high in fiber, which can literally go inside your insides, sit in your insides and be like, yeah, let's clean this. Because fiber is good for you. Fiber gets the bowel moving.
I'm not eating that because I know that's that.
Why are you not
that
eating
fruit and fiber? It's old people food.
It's not old people
food. The bread with seeds in it. It's like old people food and that.
It's not old people food. It's just good health food. I be eating that. I'm old.
I'll be with this girl going shopping. Like she's picking up the bread with seeds in it and then the fruit and fiber with brown flakes. Like this is just plain. She's like eating cardboard.
She's vibes.
No, man, but she's the one that teaches me about my diet.
Right, she's vibes.
No, she gave me a scare the other day. She said, "Bro, does anyone in your family have diabetes?" I said, "Yeah, my mom has diabetes, innit? You know, diabetes can
you're more prone to it.
Erectile dysfunction.
Of course."
I said, my meat, my manhood. And I'm not trying to be that guy like always the blue pill in it kind of thing. That's what I'm scared of,
Right. So you gotta have just let more fiber, CMOS, maca root, them kind of things there. If the man them start having that, then hey.
So what helps in men sex drives then? Like
a healthy balanced diet in general, but CMOS, maca root, avocados.
Can you name me all the things I don't like?
Oh god. Oh god. There's not one thing that will help you. It's a matter of having everything in balance.
No, because obviously it's full of blood. There's blood in it.
Exactly. So sleeping enough.
Okay then.
Drinking your water, you know, not engaging with women you didn't need to engage with.
Because I'll be honest, yeah, during the first lockdown, yeah, I was depressed. I was depressed because I couldn't do radio, innit? Because it's my therapy, innit? And I just couldn't get up. And I thought, it's my diet. I need to cut the chicken and chips and like, Chinese in it, innit? And then when radio came back, I started like, it's like, all right, it's not the diet. It's
because hormones can switch around and move around, but you also need to just make sure the diet is there regardless.
I've never been fat. I've never ever been fat.
Okay, cool. It's not about that. It's about internally. It's about how your insides are feeling. Because like there's tests out there that you can do, which will tell you as much as you're the age of 26, but your insides are aging up as, let's say, 39 sort of thing. You have to take care of your insides and just treat them as you would. I just feel like I've heard the saying one too many times, treat yourself as you would a child. You'd want a child to eat their fruit and veg. You'd want a child to drink their water. You know, you send your child to school with a bottle of water, and when it comes back a bit full, you're a bit like, sort of thing. You want to treat yourself like a child. You want to make sure you get your fruit and veg. You want to make sure you drink your water, sort of thing, because like your health is the older you get, the more you need to zero in on it, just because, you know, sometimes things don't move as they used to. Sometimes, you know, you're not young anymore, sort of thing. And I'm saying this as we get older, because I'm like, as much as I am young, but even as myself, I'm growing up, I'm starting to realize, hey, certain things I can't be getting away with, because I remember I used to drink.
Alcohol.
Listen, used to drink.
Tipsy Talk, baby.
Listen, but now I can't be drinking like that, you know, because that hangover be lasting.
Yo, that happened the other day, you know.
I can't.
I've never been hangover the whole day before.
No. The first time I was hungover the whole day, I don't know where. I think this was when the lockdown lightened up and you could have like 6 people in the crib.
Yeah.
And I went to a shindig at one person's house. We got obliterated, all of us. It was finished.
What were you drinking?
What was I drinking? Ray and nephews, baby. Ray and his nephew. Yeah. Went to visit them. I was in bed. I couldn't move my head. Oh, I'm a lyricist now. Wow. But I was literally, I lay on my pillow. I was laying on my pillow and I could not move my head. I was like, what? I put on Too Hot to Handle. It's the first time I watched Too Hot to Handle.
My gosh.
I said, I can't move. I couldn't move. I was laying there and I was like, I can't move.
It's a toxic show, by the way.
I was like, I can't move. I was trying to drink water, thinking normally if I'm feeling a thing after I've drank, I wax down 1.5 liters in, let's say, 10-15 minutes. And I'm going. I'm not moving this whole day. I'm not going. My brother comes in and he's like, yo, should I order some food? I was like, yeah, man, I can't move. I'm in the bed. I said, no. All right. I've been humbled. And I did drink huge amounts after, but it just left me feeling disgusting. I was like, if I drank any more, I would have been in the bed like that. So I was like, nah, man, I'm not drinking no more. I have to take care of my body because I don't want to be someone that's like, oh.
Okay, well, that was a drunk story from us because Tipsy Talk, we usually do a drunk story, so that was a good drunk story.
Yeah.
You do yoga?
I've been getting into it,
You do that as well, you know. Something that helps with the sex life as well, you know.
Everything's about sex. What's going on?
Notice because I've got this thing where I've always been attracted to older women. And these uncles, they're not doing it no more, innit? So I told these aunties, like, raw.
Coming in with his sweatband saying,
yeah, like these uncle knees, yeah. Like, let me show you a different thing. Like, I was trying to put my leg over my head and that. Yeah. So I'm saying, does yoga really help like that?
Yoga, I feel like I'm new to yoga myself because I'm not gonna lie to you. As I said, I come from a very African household. Yeah, my mom was telling me that it was evil.
Yoga?
My mom was saying all of that Kama Sutra thing was evil.
Oh, sex?
Yeah, sorry. See, I didn't even know. Kama Sutra, all of this yoga positions, all of this, you know, Gundalangam and all of these poses. She said that's evil. She said that this. I'm not gonna lie to you. My mom used to say that when they put certain hand positions, it's like a teleport for spirits to travel through. That's how my mom was telling me, innit? So I was very scared of things like yoga because I thought, no, that's evil. But obviously, growing up, got my own sense now. Starting to realize, hey, listen, I can go in and just stretch. So I'm going in now, and it's not easy, you know. There's certain positions you're like, hold on, like I'm here, and this is very compromising for me personally. And it's good. It's a moment to like just hone back on breathing, number one, because a lot of the time we don't breathe properly. I've been saying this for the past 3 days. We don't breathe properly. Yeah, we're not even receiving oxygen the way we should, you know, getting rid of I was going to say H2O. Hey, the bottle is talking. The bottle is doing bottles. Anyway, and I feel like my experience of yoga and why I'm getting so into it, and I'm becoming that person that at the end of every session with my clients, I'm whipping out a mat and we are stretching. Like that's some sort of stretch. Is because number one, you want to keep flexible, you want to keep agile. Now, and it's so beneficial for, you know, someone who's lifting weights training to stretch because it helps with the recovery. You recover faster. You also won't feel, you know, the DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness, as much. And as you said, you know, in the bedroom, it can get active because now you can fling up your leg like this. You can move up like this, you know, you can get in certain positions.
I'm trying to get into it, you know. I thought I got the Bible, the Davina DVD, that nonsense there, innit? Jerry Holloway, that nonsense there, level the white girls, innit?
Yeah. That's who you gotta learn from. They be into it.
Yeah, yoga, man. I'm trying to get
but
into
you know
yoga,
what the thing is, there is black women in yoga, and it's a small group of women, and yeah, like you can tap into that. They're on YouTube, they're on Instagram. I can't call for any names, but I know that they're there. That's the only reason I don't know is because I go to a gym and I just go to the yoga class in the gym, sort of thing. But there are black women in yoga because there's black women in everything. We just need to give them more of a platform to shine, sort of thing.
Tipsy Talk.
And literally go into that yoga class. And I feel like one thing that's great about, because I've done yoga classes with black women before, one thing that I appreciate from my sisters, I love ya, is the fact that they don't be doing that extra talk that makes you think, sort of thing. I've been in yoga classes before where they're like, open your third eye, let Vandalingam in, allow the spirit to take over. And I'm thinking, my mum said, I can't be doing that. Yeah.
Big facts.
Whereas I said, the black woman would just like, you know, go into this pose. This pose is called the pigeon pose. This opens up your hips. This is good also for your hamstrings as well. Great for your lower back. That's all I need to know. And then I go into the pose. And she's like, okay, cool. If you need to use the brick, sit on the brick. That's what I need. I've been in yoga classes with black women. I'm just like, you know what? I appreciated that. I appreciate the fact that you didn't start telling me to open up things that I've never opened up before. Yeah.
And before we're going to break, that's me to give your social medias out to people, let people know where they can find you at.
Very Valerie with 2 underscores. Very Valerie. Follow that up, guys, and engage because, you know, I love people and I'm here to help. No
Twitter, no OnlyFans.
Excuse me?
I'm just asking. I'm curious, isn't it? I'm just curious, isn't it?
Nah, there's a TikTok which is also very Valerie with 2 underscores.
Okay.
And that's it. My Twitter's private. I'll be saying some wild shit on Twitter. I'm not doing that.
Hey, Tipsy Talk, Wave Wednesday, champagne the conversation, banter before bed. Here we go. Cheers.
Support worker, cleaner, catering assistant, or chef manager. Vast Solutions Limited is looking all around the UK for competent candidates. Contact us on 0203 488 6183 or via WhatsApp on 07553 764 427. Or you can send your CV to info@fastsolutions.co.uk.
No, that girl, you know, come on. No. BD. SM shower. Warning. Hey, Star Trek. So in the studio now, like. Come on, Kaza. El Tracker. Yo, man, I say, no, come. Hey, diggity man get. Hey, y'all want fuck get. Hey, diggity man get. Hey, y'all want fuck get. Hey. Man get chingy. Y'all want fuck get. Diggity man get chingy. Y'all want fuck get freaky. Ask the icebox chili, still pepper them ups like chili. Diggity man get chingy, y'all want fuck get freaky. Ask the icebox chili, still pepper them ups like chili. Diggity man get chingy, man get chingy. Y'all want fuck get freaky, she get freaky. Diggity man get chingy, man get chingy. Y'all want fuck get freaky, she get sick. 2 Rolex on my wrist. Ops get chings, so the drama them now bring. Man, you know, get rushed for the when this kick. These 22 G's got flicks, Balenciagas. These walkers looking crisp. Get flipped like the Mercy, these man drip. Glizzies and flicks, elevator, lift up the strip, grip up the prick, ying up the prick, then dip, spin out the whip, lift up and rinse out the stick. Yeah man ting, shoulder swing man, ching up a Vic, man train to bust, like we was taking trips, man's taping strips, up block got that Satan drip. How can a beef man that's known for baking ribs? Every day man get money, y'all want fuck that body. Yard man war make duppy, hop on ice like slushy. Chef up man Kentucky, or maybe we bust that brocky. Drip on fleek and fussy, Scotland trips with grubby. Every day man get chilly, y'all want fuck that freaky. Half stay icebox chili, still pepper them ups like chili. Diggity man get chingy, y'all want fuck that freaky. Half stay icebox chili, still pepper them ups like chili. Diggity man get chingy. Man get chingy, y'all want fuck get freaky, she get freaky. Digga D man get chingy, man get chingy. Y'all want fuck get freaky, she get freaky. Digga D man get chingy, y'all want fuck get freaky, she get freaky. Digga D man get chingy, y'all want fuck get freaky, she get freaky.
Sapphire beat.
Jump in the black to America with blacks. SMG man don't play, that's facts. OT koi up scuts with crack. Loops get scammed with the wax from trap. That's drip with drillings. That's drip with drillings. Jump in the black to America with blacks. SMG man don't play, that's facts. OT koi up scuts with crack. Loops get scammed with the wax from trap. That's drip with drillings. That's drip with drillings. New season dripping lobes, bando trap that food. Bando care the green, that mean that get moved. Man don't play with steel, reload up and shoot. Movie scene will drop rapid art and cruise. Drill ups in yard style like drip wig is part dry. There's an eagle with a Hawkeye, trap bullshit but it start flying. Man's old school, born in 90s. I got beer waps in the archive. Uber songs with blood. Versace chain like Starlight. Tree branch I got sticks. Gleeces F and some blicks. Free my dog to the cells. Trap needed the bricks. John needed a fix. Dan needed a fix. Ken needed a fix. Money piling like hits. Jump in the black to America with blacks. SMG man don't play, that's facts. OT koi up scuts with crack. Loops get scammed with the wax from trap. That's drip with drillings. That's drip with drillings. Jump in the black to America with blacks. SMG man don't play, that's facts. OT koi up scuts with crack. Loops get scammed with the wax from trap. That's drip with drillings. That's drip with drillings. Drip with drillings, stringings and yings or waps get slapped. Ends get mocked. No bugs in the van but ups get popped. Me I don't lack. You don't take coke but head get cracked. Me I just trap. Yeah my style man, don't take.
Yo, what's going on, people? Back right now, yeah. Tipsy Talk, Wavy Wednesdays. Drunko J, back with the Millennium Murder. Wave right now, man. You've been drinking the brandy. But yeah, Miss, she's got IG, 16K followers, TikTok, 2000, but yeah, 23.3. Okay. So when did your social media blow up then, man?
It's just been gradually growing. I think I had a point in like 2018 where I was doing a K a month.
Oh.
So like it was working, and I was just strategically just posting content all the time, and I was
every
just
day,
like,
or
yeah, it was near enough every day, sometimes twice a day, and I was doing like a K a month. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm on like, I think it was when I was on like 5K, I was like 6K, 7K, and then it was like it got to December, and I was like, bro, I'm going for the 10K at the end of this month. And then I was like, yeah, did what I was doing and then reached the 10K in December sort of thing. So that's when it grew the most. And then ever since then, it's been a bit slower, but yeah.
Yeah. I hear that.
And then with the TikTok, that just happened.
Is it?
That just happened. I was posting some wild stuff on TikTok.
I can't get the TikTok, you know.
Once you do, you do.
I hear that.
Once you do, you do.
I'm just seeing. I don't know what it is, but guys just dancing and stuff like that. Like it's just not my MO though.
You don't have to dance on TikTok.
Yeah, I don't dance on TikTok. I just put the interviews up in there. But that's like,
no, you say you don't dance on TikTok, but I swear I'm gonna find you there doing this.
I swear that no. That's for the family parties and the bashment raves that you don't see on TikTok dance like that.
Fair enough, but yeah, no, like everyone's different.
No, yeah, everyone's different.
You don't have to fall into trends because they're happening. You know.
I like the website, by the way.
What?
Your website.
Thank you.
Shout out, man.
Thank you.
Shout out.
What do you mean? It's very valid. It's fitwithvalerie.com. And that's my online training platform. I'm, scheduled to do a revamp of the website, but I do online coaching, and I would like that to be, something that I put more time and effort into. And I'd like that to be like my main source of everything. I want that to be, what people know me for, sort of thing. So shifting from being in the gym to being on the online training thing.
Do you do Zumba?
Do I do Zumba?
Yeah.
Zumba is a very specific qualification that you have to re-up every month. So no, I don't do Zumba, but I teach dance.
What kind of dancing is this?
I got people shaking up the body on Thursday evening, I got the people shaking up the body on Thursday evening. What do you mean?
Like, is it majority of guys, majority of girls?
I usually have 1 or 2 men in there, but it's usually like 20 women.
Is it?
Yeah.
Hey, where's this location at?
Oh, man.
What do you mean? I'm coming to dance.
No. Obviously, I got the people that are moving in it. Like I tried to make it so that everybody can dance. So sometimes the movements are a bit, for someone who can dance, it'll be like, this is basic. But then obviously you have to cater it to the crowd, right?
Do you allow your guests to interact with other guests in terms of the dancing?
What do you mean?
For example, say if a song comes on, everyone's dancing in it, but it's a kind of like a song you need to dance with a person.
Oh no, I don't do those kind of songs.
Oh, okay.
It's a dance class. It's not a mean? It's not a shubs.
What do you mean? It's not a shubs. It's still cardio. It's cardio.
Man, you want people to be bucking out and fucking up?
It's cardio. It's cardio. Tell I know. I think that's why I get my exercise from me when I go to race.
You want man to be whining on gal and gal to be whining on man. No.
It's still cardio.
It is.
It's a workout.
It is. But
I'm like Kanye West video. That workout plan.
That's not the kind of party we're having.
I'm curious. I just ask because there's people that's drunk. This thing like, wow, I wonder if girls could dance with guys. Then people can ask the kind of questions I have to ask.
No.
So how much is the classes then?
It's part of the membership. So currently, it's part of the Pure Gym membership. So don't try and sign up because I'm leaving. Innit?
You're leaving.
I said I want the online thing to be the thing that I do. So I'm not really trying to be in the gym too long.
You do personal training, yeah?
See.
Do you do outside or indoors?
Indoors.
Do you prefer guys or girls? Be honest.
I don't get guys.
Why?
Because they always try and do it. Not always. Hey, let me refrain. Most of the time, in my experience, what's happened is men will say they're going to train with me, but then they won't end up training with me because they were just trying to check if they had a chance. You think it's funny?
No, because I heard this. Me and my friends, we had this debate. What's that group in it? Like, bro, would you allow your girl to be a personal trainer in it? Oh, me personally, I couldn't do it because I know what these hungry guys are like in it. They just see your girl bend down low, say stuff like that. It's true though. It's true that you need to work in the squats and stuff like that. Yeah, it's true. It's like certain girls as well. Like, bro, I know certain girls that do stuff with barbershop guys. So they can get discounts for their sons to get their haircuts, isn't it? You feel I don't know that?
Really? Is that a thing?
Big facts. Big facts.
Or
like certain girls that chill with Uber guys, isn't it? Uber drivers, so they can get free lifts and that. Big facts.
This is news to me.
100%. And plus, remember, summertime's coming, so everyone's doing these personal training things, so look good for carnival now, innit? So guys, but that's a bit of discrimination, though, You don't do guys.
It's not that I don't do guys. I'd love to train guys. Like I feel like I would love to have, 1 or 2, 3, even 4 male clients that I take from, being, someone who doesn't really go to the gym to someone who, he's a fucking beast to the point where it's like, bruh, like I can't lift what you're lifting. I can't do what you're doing sort of thing. I've trained you, the technique. I'd love to be that person. But I don't feel like even in the gym when it comes to, training men in general, even male PTs will have a majority female clients. So men don't take, this is just, you know, gym wise, men don't take up PTing as much as women do, sort of thing. So your target audience is women, and then more so it's the whole relatable thing. It's the whole, you know, cis sort of thing. So if I could get 2 or 3 men who would trust me with their fitness journey, I would love that, because bro, and my thing is I show you in how I train. Like I'm not training, you know, in a way that you think, oh nah, I can do that. I'm going in, and even if it's not going into your strength, I'm still going in. So I'm showing you that, bro, I could take you somewhere, sort of thing. I'd love it. But it's just so happened that any guy that's put forward their interest has been because they have other motives.
How do you know the motives? Like, how can you tell?
Energy, man.
This guy's not serious.
Energy. And when it's time to pay up, no one ever wants to pay up.
Hey, have you been scammed before like that? Like you done?
No, it's not. It's never a thing where like I've done sessions and you're not being paid. Because I don't do free sessions. There's no such thing as a free session. We'll do, you know, an analysis, which is like 10 minutes on the gym floor, 15 minutes on the gym floor, where we're just checking, can you even work out, sort of thing. And I do that with everyone. But if, like with guys, it's been a matter of come in for the consultation. Oh, no, like I'm ready to just get started to go training, sort of thing. Yeah. No, let's do the consultation. And then it's like, no, let's do the training thing. Cool. So, you know, like, are you going to get the membership to the gym? Yeah. I'm going to get that. Then it'll be like on the day when you get a message saying, actually, you know what? Like, I didn't get the membership and I won't be able to make it. And it'll be like, you know, in a month's time, I might message you and be like, hey, so-and-so, I'm taking my prices up. I just wanted to let you know that this is your last chance to get it at the price that I told you before. Oh, right, like that. So they swear.
It's a bit peak right now, you know. Like,
yeah. So it's a bit like, okay, cool.
Like you can't bring the prices down or something like that.
Or it'll be one of those where I had a client that was paying. He was paying. But it was one of those where it's like, oh, yeah, so we doing after this?
Yes. He took a shot. You can't be mad at that.
No, but he paid, so I'm gonna big him up.
Yeah, he paid. He took a shot.
He paid. Oh, miss, we doing after this? Oh, right, now I see you. You're not gonna work out. Like, I get it. Now I see you. But the thing is, he wasn't my type. So it wasn't a thing where like I'm training you, you're my type, it can happen. You weren't my type, and you know why you weren't my type. You're training because you're not my type, sort of thing. Yeah. And I was like, yeah. I got another client. I wouldn't, but I would stay in the office until he disappears. Yeah. Sort of thing.
You said like Zambian and South African got similar roots to something off air.
It's not that they have similar roots. We're just in a closer part of the world. So there's a lot of things that, you know, are similar about our culture, yeah?
Because I had a girl on the show before. She said like, in terms of South African girls, if you bring them a cow, you got them in it. Is that the same thing? It's the same thing. What is it with cows? I don't understand it. Why cows?
That's traditionally.
But why a cow though?
Because a cow has got meat, it's got milk.
So if I bring 3 goats, does it add up the same then or what?
Yeah, cow. We eat beef, we don't eat goat's meat.
Yeah, but the cow milk, goat milk.
Nobody drinks goat's milk like that.
You get it sells in Sainsbury's, you know.
It does, but not for us.
So is that same as Zambia then? The cows then?
I'm not too sure. I think so. Yeah, but more so, there's a thing where you pay each member of the family off, as opposed to the cow.
Yeah, I heard that before.
Yeah.
Well, how much?
However they say, how much they say.
Was the nanny that good?
No, it's not about that.
It is though. Each member of the family.
It's not that.
How?
It's not about how good the nanny is. If you're trying to take the girl serious to the point where the parents let it happen, you have to pay a certain price.
And then she runs with some old sugar daddy afterwards. What?
Why are you paranoid?
It's true though.
Why are you paranoid? It's not about that. The guy will come to the house.
Yeah.
All the elders will be sat in the
yeah. How many elders? I need to sit down.
Well, personally, I've got 16 aunties and uncles in it.
Well, each.
Yeah.
And how much I give them each?
Well, they decide.
Hey.
I know my auntie dumb said $350 per person.
$350 per person.
Bearing in mind that some families do the whole thing of even though the person's passed away, they're still an auntie, so you still have to pay the money for them.
So the aunties are cleaning up, just chilling.
Yeah, so my man's having to pay $350 times 16. Let's do the maths.
Just for the money. Oh.
Yeah. What did say go? What is pussy talk? English sounds.
Hey,
Euros, dollars, and
you have to do
yens.
that,
Yes.
and then pay for the wedding as well.
Yes.
Hey, Ivan, where are you finding these guys at?
Yeah. Well, I'm not finding them, so you know.
Yeah, because we don't do that with here. That's right there.
Yeah, well, it's not much of a. It's not as strict anymore. It's not as
Okay.
strict anymore. Like obviously, like I don't think if I was to bring someone home that all of my aunties and uncles was assembled asking for a price. I don't think that would happen.
Well, it's like the Avengers.
I don't know. When I say they assemble,
Hey,
and you know the thing is, the maddest thing is, I remember when it happened. One time I seen it actually happen because my cousin wanted to take this guy serious. Yeah, I'm there now. I'm a kid. I'm like, what? I'm 9. Yeah, 9, 8. Yeah. I see all my aunties and uncles in the living room. Every chair they've pulled it. Yeah. Every chair, the dining room table chair.
House of Parliament.
Vibes. Them vibes there. We talk about House of Parliament. Every person stood up when they were talking. Yeah. Cool. Imagine. He came. He was stood in the middle of the room.
Hey,
stood
pressure
in front of my aunties and uncles. Yeah. And then they were all asking their questions like, oh, what are you going to bring to the family? What are your beliefs on this, that, and the other? Cool. Yeah. And then I was just thinking to myself, bro, there's about 10 of them in that room. Yeah. Of the 16, some have passed away. Yeah. There's about 10 of them in that room. And you can't sit down. You're standing and you're basically fighting for verification from the aunties and uncles. And then let's say when the auntie is done asking her questions, she'll tell you her price. Yeah. And then after you go away, you sitting at the dining room, they all talk, you know what? Your price was high. Yeah, your price was too low. Okay, cool. We're all charging him 300. Cool. Yeah. I'm watching this whole process. They didn't like him. They all said 350.
What country was he from?
He was Jamaican.
Hey. Yes.
It was Jamaican.
He's like, oh.
and he had cane rolls as well. And he had earrings too.
She went off the doctor ring.
They said, where did you pick this one up from? They said, where did you pick this one up from?
Man like the girl though.
Listen. So they all said, I remember the day so clearly, they all said 350 each. My dad laughed. He said, yeah, I'm going to go with the 3. Because remember, my dad's young. So my dad's like, yeah, we'll go with the 350. And he was like, cool, I'm going to pay it. I'm going to pay it off one person at a time, like 1 month at a time.
Oh, yeah. You could do it like that?
No, you could. As long as they got their money.
Oh, I thought you had to pay them all at once right there. Like,
no, you didn't have to pay them right there.
Okay.
You didn't have to pay them right there.
But one of them could just lie, say, bro, you didn't give me no money.
No, but then they would run you up. They would run you up.
Hey.
They would run you up. You'll be like, hey.
How is that not being like a TV series or like a documentary like this? This is entertaining.
A lot of things should be on TV.
This should be on,
a lot of things should be on that.
This sounds live.
Listen. Seeing that, as I'm saying, I said I was 8 or 9 years old seeing that. I remember everything so clearly.
What's his name?
I can't say his name.
Winston.
Nah. It was
Cleon.
a very typical Jamaican name though.
Dwayne.
Nah. Lucian. Lucian with the cane rolls. The man was getting heat.
Flamed up.
He was getting heat.
I can imagine.
He was getting heat. Listen, my family.
Did your sister prepare? Did the sister prepare him though? Like the auntie, it's like this is what's gonna happen.
She know, but the thing is, she didn't know the extent to how much it would go to. Do you know what I mean? Like, she would have said to him, they're gonna be all sitting in a room. Get ready. They're gonna be asking you questions, but they be turning down the volume, turning it up as they please.
Yeah. Good.
So you can't really anticipate what they're gonna say when you're in that room. What's the word for it? I even forgot the word for what that payment is. I forgot, but you have to put a down payment. You have to pay each one of them to be like, all right, cool. So he's good. He can take care of her, sort of thing.
So what happened then? He's with her now.
He didn't pay everything. No, he's not.
Yes. Typical. Yeah.
He didn't pay everything. He's not with her. She's with someone else. The person that she's with right now didn't have to go through that process. I don't think. Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna. I love you, South Africa. Like coach the girls here, but I couldn't do that. You know, just couldn't do. It's like going for a job interview, like a group stage, like a group interview, but just you by yourself. Apprentice, Shark Tank, all that.
Yeah.
Hey.
I don't, as I said, I don't think if I took someone home, it would be a that thing. I don't think so.
Like if it was just like your dad, your mum,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
cool,
yeah.
that's
I know,
like,
yeah. No, my aunties and uncles as well.
Uncle from North London coming for some, just get chicken.
North
that.
London, we've got people. I'm not gonna lie, that room was full of people who coming from Stoke and Trent.
Yes.
They all drove down for that day. That's why I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it.
Oh,
Never. That guy got grilled.
Oh, flip. So what's Zambian music scene saying now, Miss Man? Like, talk to me.
Zambian music scene. I love it. I love my people. We just need to get past this Zouk based music.
Is there anyone from like UK that's Zambian? That's like kind of blown, like popular?
I can't call on any names.
Okay.
Nah.
Okay,
Nah.
I'm curious, that's why, isn't it?
It's quiet.
It's good though, create your own identity.
It's quiet. When I tell people I'm from Zambia, they're like, where's that? I'm like, yeah. You would say that, wouldn't you? But yeah, there isn't any I don't know. I can't call on anyone right now. But then equally, you know what? A lot of people, one thing I've clocked about Zambia is a lot of people will be like mixed with Zambian and you won't know.
Okay. Well, can you tell someone's Zambian? By looking at them?
No, I can't.
Okay.
I can't. But you know who is Zambian? What is this lady's name? Eve, not Eva Longoria. No, she's Hispanic.
Okay, I was about to say, like, Ross, she's alright.
No.
Well, not better than alright, but
I've forgotten her name. But there is someone that's pretty famous. Eva something.
Eva Mendes?
No,
Has anyone ever like misconstrued Zambia for Zamunda before?
never.
Okay, just curious. That's why, innit?
No, I'm just curious. That's why.
I'm just asking, innit? Did you like the second film? That's a note.
It just felt like a big link up of everybody. It just felt like a bit, and then it was like, all right, it's Tiana, all right.
Yeah.
It just felt like a big link up.
Yeah.
It just felt like a big link up.
Okay then. So
Yeah.
what kind of films are you into then?
I'm not really a film watcher.
TV series?
I'm more of a binge watcher on Netflix.
What are you watching at the moment?
I'm not watching anything at the moment. Nothing's good enough. But I did, however, watch like You.
Okay.
What was that? What was that thing? What was that thing where the girl was teleporting without her body?
Don't know that.
Brother, that thing there.
What Squid Game?
Yeah, watch that. I'll watch that in one sitting.
Yeah. Oh, is it? Okay.
I'll watch that in one sitting.
So you say you like Too Hot to Handle, which I love.
Too hot to
You need to
handle.
do a UK version or Caribbean version.
Caribbean version would just be too much sex.
That's what I'm saying.
No, well, you need the balance because
Did
you
you
know
watch
the
the last one?
Yeah,
It's terrible.
the last one, as in the one that just came out.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all, man.
Oh, so if you're telling me that I'm not gonna watch it,
Oh, is it?
I haven't watched it.
Okay. No, watch it, but I think the first season's still the best. I think on the Mexican one it was the Mexican.
I didn't watch the Mexican.
That was actually right. You know?
I don't like watching things where I have to watch the subtitles.
Oh, subtitle. Okay.
Yeah,
I hear that
man.
thing.
Because I like to have multiple things running at the same time.
Okay. I hear that.
Yeah.
So you begin to politics then?
Next question, please.
No, I just want to know your opinion about Boris Johnson, innit?
Not at all.
Because obviously he's overweight, that's why, innit?
Clown. Anyway, moving on. Absolute clown. Anyway.
Like you seem very positive. Have you ever gone through like a dark place?
Constantly. I think I go through dark phases more than the average person.
Seriously, not more than me, but
Yeah, I think I go through dark. I think that's the dynamic that more people need to get used to understanding, that people that you think are very happy, which I come across as, tend to have darker patches way more often. I think I can safely say I have dark patches weekly, like where it's like I'm gonna give up on everything.
I believe that because Robin Williams was always smiling.
Yo,
Robin
that
Williams
man was depressed.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like,
That
Jim
man
Carrey as well.
was
Jim Carrey said it as well.
Depressed.
Yeah, imagine that, making everyone happy all the time.
I'm
making
not
everyone
sure, and like I'm not that's not me crying out for help, and that's not me saying I need a therapist, because I know exactly where to, when I need X amount of help, I know exactly where to go to, because it's been a while of me knowing that I'm like this. But one thing that I keep screaming is the idea that people will idolize myself, and I'm very uncomfortable with it, but people will idolize myself and people will idolize like people in general, thinking you're so positive, you're so good, you're so this, I wish I was like you. No, you're just seeing that side. There's also one other side, and people often don't put the opposite end on it. And it's like the opposite end would be me crying, me being in bits. Now you've told me it's weird for me to cry on camera, so I'm not gonna cry on camera. So you're not gonna see that.
No, I don't want you to cry.
You don't want me to cry. Nobody wants anybody to cry.
No. It's good to let it out. Like I don't cry.
It's good to let it out. And my thing, it's so healthy for everybody to see that happens with other people. And I'm not saying that make it okay for people to normalize crying when you're recording it, but like, okay, cool. You're not gonna record when you're crying, but it happens. So I try and communicate that quite a bit with, and I'm making an active effort to try and communicate that more. It's like, guys, I don't always have good days. I don't always feel 100%. This person that you idolize, this person that you want to be like, sometimes I wonder if I'm like that myself, sort of thing. And I want people to know that whoever you see riding on this high, they're not always on this high.
Big facts.
Sometimes they drop, and because you think they're on that high and you've come to put them on this pedestal that they are the high, they probably drop lower than you do. And you can't compare a low, because you can't compare a low, but I'm saying they drop maybe more often. And that's like, number one, it's weird, because I want to say it's okay, but I don't want you to drop. But equally, if you experience very high highs, in my opinion, I just feel like the balance, I'm going to use a word, I don't know if it's necessary, the equilibrium of it, you'd have to experience low lows. Like, it's just the balance of how things go, sort of thing. And I keep trying to scream this. It's like, you guys are telling me, oh, you're so happy. How do you do it? Just be myself, because sometimes I drop, sometimes I doubt myself at the core basics. I'll doubt myself on things which are so basic, you'd be like, you're being silly now, sort of thing. But it'll be like, yeah, no, I'm doubting it, sort of thing. But then it's just the balance of life. Everybody has that. Even, I was gonna say Jeff Bezos, but I don't know about that nigga. I don't know about it.
I can say the N word. But I just want to know, like, bro, when you're in that dark place, like, who's your go-to then?
I have amazing people around me.
Okay.
I have such amazing people around me, and I'm so grateful for the people that are around me that I can constantly just confide in and say this, which is why I tell people, like, make sure the people around you are able to tell the things that you go through when you aren't feeling so great. Because I can generally, like, I can call, did I nearly spill my drink?
You're good.
There's people around me that I can generally just share my thoughts, opinions on things, and they can either talk me out of a state which I don't need to be in, or we can, kind of work through that. I'm so grateful that I have those people around me, because I know that people don't. But it's so important that you do, because if you don't, then there's, there's therapy out there. There's, there's professional people that will hear you. There's helplines out there, sort of thing. But I personally have spaces that I can call people who, I could be mid-tear crying, and they'll just watch me cry and be like, you done? You want to talk about it? Sort of thing. And that is so important to have. And if you feel like you can't trust anyone to do that, you need different people around you, because you need at least 2 people around you that you can do that.
Do you ever check on, like, your clients in terms of their mental health?
That's the kind of relationships I have with my clients. Only like that's the kind of like that my clients. I hope they know this, because I try and say this to them all the time, and I feel like they even sign up to be my clients because they see this. Like, bro, if you're breaking down, talk to me. Like, I get it. If you're having a moment and you feel like no one else like can talk to you, bar the fact that we exercise, just tell me, because the moment you share it with someone else, the load just becomes lighter. And I'm here for you, because for me to have continued having this relationship with you, we're going on month to month. You're someone I value in my life. It might be, financial exchange, but it's bigger than that. I don't care about money. Money is just something we need in this universe, sort of this. But I care about you. I keep screaming on my socials, on my stories, like, I love my clients so much. They're my friends. I care about you. I want you to be okay. So if something's on your mind, tell me, girl. Because one thing I do actively, and I do this quite a lot, and I know my clients know I do it, I overshare to them so that they know that this is the space sort of thing. I tell them stuff. Like, I'll be like, oh, you know what? I went through this thing and it actually made me feel like this. So, you know, I think I'm going through this sort of thing. And I'm like, yeah. And I look at them and I'm like, this is the space you're in. You can say that. Because now I've shared, you can share too, sort of thing. Yeah.
No, I agree with that, because I think every employer should sit down with their employee at least once a month in it, just to see how they are. Forget work, like, how are you in general, like, or mental wellness. Because I've always been that guy, like, I've always been scared to, like, a white guy come to the office and start shooting up the place, innit? Or start causing panic.
What did you just say?
I've just always like me. That's what I'm paranoid. I am, like, kind of thing, innit? That's why I always say hello and I'm saying morning to everyone, innit? Like, I'm always nice to people, innit? Because you never know what someone's going through, innit? And I don't need a person that ticks someone off to the next thing. Is like, you know what, I'm coming after Jermaine first thing. Bam. Real talk. Real talk. Yeah, 100% in it. That's why I keep conversations to a certain
minute. I'm coming for Jermaine first thing.
Bam. Yeah, 100% in it. Big facts in it. 100%. And I just want to know, like, how was your mental state during the whole lockdown, COVID? Because again, you couldn't really. The gyms were closed, innit?
Gyms were closed, but my friends were still there. So the same people were still there. I remember, like, just being able. My thing is, I've been having friends. Big up Ocean to that chip poom. My guy and that being able to just call someone and be like, nah, I'm breaking down right now. I'm going for a walk. I'm feeling shit right now. Yeah, I'm going to, I feel like there's not really any point in anything sort of thing. Being able to just say that to someone, and the fact that you even just offload that information is so much better. I've been even in lockdown, and then it was just one of those where it's like when the rules allowed it, it was stuff like me and my, you know, calling my bestie Ocean. We would do stuff like paint my room. Like we'd go B&M, paint up my room. That's what we can do. Let's renovate this place then. Let's paint the room. Let's paint the bathroom. Let's paint the kitchen, sort of thing. We just spend days at a time just doing one thing that takes a lot of time, sort of thing. I started learning how to braid hair, sort of thing. Like I really just like, you know, zeroing in on the fact that I've got all this time in the world. Let me just do something, I guess.
See, I get a lot of flack because I always say the lockdown was beautiful, isn't it? I think it should happen like once every 4 years, like the Olympics, isn't it? Like people got to humble themselves. Again, people learn new different skills as well. People be more creative. Look at Clubhouse and house party and stuff like that. People was humbled. Look at the environment was better. Crime on the streets were low. Animals from certain environments you didn't see in a while start to come out, kind of thing as well. But I got a lot of flack for that. But again, the last three guests we talked about in terms of money and happiness. A lot of people said like money doesn't really mean a thing like. But I'm thinking like we live in London. This is a capitalist environment. As soon as you step out your house, you're spending, isn't it? You're spending,
and that's why
spending.
I feel like so many people are unhappy because in our core beings, our true selves, I feel like we know money is not a thing. Like when was money invented? Not that long
I don't know, because when we was younger, when you're young, everyone says like, bro, I don't know what I want to be. I just want to be rich and comfortable in it. That was the thing, isn't it?
That's the thing that you aspire to. But my thing is, as we grow up, we realize that in our core beings, like I always say this is a term I use, you who you were before you became this physical being, right? Knows money isn't a thing. When it comes to physical money in terms of currency, it's not a thing. Yeah. You want to be happy. You want to experience abundance. You want to experience joy. You want to experience pleasure. If money wasn't a thing, you would still be able to experience those things. But now money is a thing. This is why you're struggling to see it without it. Now going on holiday costs.
Big facts.
Going on a ride costs. So you associate money with enjoyment. In your physical form, your non-physical form knows you can experience joy and happiness without those things. Your non-physical form is happy seeing your room clean. Your non-physical self is happy seeing your mum happy as she opens a box of something you bought her. Your non-physical self isn't asking for much, but there's so many high demands that your physical self is asking for, and the two fight for itself all the time. And I'm constantly in this fight myself, which is why I understand it more than a lot of people, because my non-physical self is loud. My non-physical self, the one that is happy with very simple things, screams, why do you want to conform to this physical thing so much? I don't want to. It serves no purpose. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Eternal, which is a Marvel movie.
You Marvel fan?
Not really, but I watched him.
I didn't like Eternals.
I didn't.
They made the black man gay. I didn't like it.
Yeah, but they have to. Though.
Why? Why the black man? All the characters, the black man has to be gay, and he kisses the guy on the scene as well, and he adopted son. He's mixed race. Why? Why the black man?
Physical form. They have to.
No, but why the black man?
Tick boxes. They have to tick.
No, man. There was a Chinese girl there. There was Angelina Jolie was there. There was all sorts of people there. Why the black man has to be gay? And plus, I like that black guy. He's in Atlanta. Why does he have to be gay? I didn't like it. They have
to tick the boxes. They have to show
man.
They have to show every version of everyone.
But why couldn't the Chinese person be gay? I don't understand it. Why does there have to be the black
in another movie he is.
Which one? Which Marvel film?
In another universe. In another universe. Yeah, in the multiverse there's a version where the Chinese guy is
No,
gay.
I didn't like Eternals, man.
No, the core basics of Eternals, I got it. And like the eternal version of yourself will not value these material things, sort of thing. So it's just pleasing the eternal version.
I hear that, miss, but think about it. Like even you said that if someone wants to marry yourself, they have to give your family members money. So we need money.
Yeah, we do.
You girls want to go on dates, you need to have dates. You girls want to take bus, you want someone to drive for you. In order to get the car, you do get the money to buy. So we live in a capitalist environment. So all this money thing is cap. What you females say, it's all cap. Go on dates, you don't expect to pay to a certain extent. You want a guy to at least pay what you think he's going to pay in it.
Yes.
Thank you. So it's all cap that you don't say like money's this, money's that. It's all cap. You're a personal trainer. If someone says to you like, miss, I ain't got the money, but I'm very spiritual. Train me for free. That's what I'm saying, isn't it?
Get out of my head. Get out of here, man.
Go to a landlord and say like, I ain't got the money, but look.
Spirituality will not pay my bills.
That's what I'm saying. It's cap, innit? So we all need money to a certain extent. But again, I just want curious as well. I'm so trying to. What's your opinion on girls that surgery? Because me, like, I'm 50-50 with it. Like,
what's your 50-50 girls who get surgery?
No, if you got money.
Surgery on what and where?
Obviously, the bigger back, the better, innit? Like, hey, man, big backs make the world go round, innit? But if you got the money, you could do it, yeah? But again, I appreciate more when you work hard for it.
Yeah.
I appreciate more, innit?
Yeah.
You didn't cheat your way to the top, innit? Kind of thing, innit? You just went to one guy in the Turkish basement and that, you know?
Yeah, Turkish basement, you know.
Yeah, so I appreciate more. But I just want to know, you as a personal trainer that's worked hard, what's your opinions on that?
I think, give me permission. Say yes.
Yeah, talk. It's Tipsy Talk, man. It's no boundaries. This is a black safe zone, man. Talk your talk.
I think it's lazy.
Okay.
I think there's seriously a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And I think each to their own.
Okay.
I think you can generally just want a big bum, wide hips. Nobody's influenced that. You can generally just want that, which is 4 years ago where I was, where the influx of wanting that has increased.
Why do you think it's increased though?
Because more and more people do it. More and more people do it. It's becoming more and more of the norm. More and more people want to do it.
Shout out to black culture.
Right. I feel like, number one, as a disclaimer, I feel like all body types are beautiful. Like I was saying this to my girl maybe max 3 days ago. I go to a gym where, you know, nudity is not a problem. Like we're in the changing rooms as women.
Oh, for women, actually, people working out naked in that. That's what I was thinking. Look,
get your mind out the gutters, man.
Besides to me, like, I'm
get
slow in it.
Your mind out the
slow
like a bloody slide.
I'm tipsy and slow in it. So besides to me, like, Ralph, everyone's just working out on the bench press naked in it.
No.
Yo, the amount of customers you get though.
No. So like in the changing rooms, innit? It's like, you know,
girls do that,
you're free to do your thing. As equally, I'm assuming it's the same in the men's.
I hate that.
I said to my friend, I was like, you know what? There's no woman I've ever come across that I can judge. Like, I just feel like we are women experiencing life. I will never look at you. This is me personally. Never look at you and shame you, disregard you in any shape or form. I don't care how big, how small. I don't care. You are a woman, and I respect you, sort of thing. And you come in different shapes and sizes. So some women have bigger this, some women have smaller this. Some women are shaped like this. And I feel like the beauty is in the difference, not the similarity. If we were all shaped the same, then what really is there? If we all had wide hips, big breast, big bum, then like we all look the same. What's the difference? What makes you unique? There's nothing unique about it, sort of thing. And people will be like, oh no, but you're shaped like X and Y and Z. But it's like, if you deep my physique, number one, deep my physique is very special to me. Number one, you might say that it's like the Insta girls, that. No, deep it. Get into physique properly. I look the way I look. Yeah.
How long did it take for you to look like that?
I'm saying 4 years.
No, I just want to put it out there.
I'm saying 4 years.
Yeah, okay.
4 years is how long I've been in gyms. Yeah. Cool. I feel like the surgery thing just allows you to conform to a look that society has told you is okay. And to an extent, sometimes I do feel really sad that you've been swayed so much by society to feel like this is what you need to look like. I feel sorry. I can empathize. I don't judge. Once you've got it done, it's like I wish I was personally your friend and I could tell you that you're good without it, sort of thing.
I ain't gonna lie, miss. I do like the white girls with the big backs in it, because I remember back then they had flat backs in it, like iron boards in it. So I remember that stage in it. So thank Lord for the Kardashians in it, because obviously they set the trend in it. But that's what I like in it. However you got in it. But again, I appreciate more if you worked hard for it in it. So again, going to Turkey or Dubai and that in it. I appreciate more in it. But I don't judge in it. So tipsy right now. No judgment zone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's like I respect it. If you're happy with how you look, and that's the key thing, if you're happy, if that genuinely brings you joy and happiness, that's all that matters at the end of the day. Your joy, your happiness. Because at the end of the day, in your movie, it's you who's the star of the show. So if that's what brings you joy, don't, as long as it's there, I'm happy for you. But with certain, exaggerations, certain looks that certain surgeons be handing out, people will have opinions about you. And with that, just arm yourself with the opinions. Arm yourself, get ready. People are going to say, because some people feel like they need to be vocal about certain things. I'm not. If I see something like that, I think that's wild. I ain't typing, whatever. Let's just live her life. But some people will be typing, keyboard warrior, baby. Just get ready for that. And have mental strength for that.
You talked about men earlier, so what's your type then, miss?
Oh,
what do you mean, man? We'll come to the end of the show, we're all tipsy right now.
What I talked about men earlier because they exist. What's going on?
Yeah, what's your type then? Would you go for then? What's your go-to in it? Please don't say beards as well.
Beards.
Seriously? You like the flavor savers? Seriously? No, I'm actually serious. You like beards?
Yes.
Anything else?
I just think it makes you look older.
So you do want a sugar daddy then?
No.
What do you mean?
I said the flavor savers, by the way. I'm going to bring that one back. He said the flavor savers. I'm going to bring
That's
that.
what they're for, though.
What, the beard?
Yeah, flavor savers.
It's a flavor saver.
Yeah. When you eat food that's in your beard, you save it for later on and eat. But when you eat something else and it's in your beard.
Yeah. That's not what I'm thinking.
So what's your type then? So on a serious note, what's your type then?
I like people who are mad funny.
Okay.
Mad funny.
Okay.
I like mad funny people.
Intellectual,
we can talk about aliens and shit like that.
You believe in aliens?
Do I believe in aliens?
Do you think they're here already then, or?
I think they're amongst us, bro.
Same. I'm just waiting Will Smith to save us, innit?
Will Smith, he ain't saving us. He's been infected.
No.
Done out.
Don't let Jada confuse with that nonsense, that red table talk. Yeah, Will Smith's gonna save us, innit?
Nah, I don't think Will.
You watch Independence Day 1?
Nah,
You watch Independence?
I did. I just feel like Will's too. I feel like Will's got too much information. He doesn't know what to do with
It's
it.
because Jada's messing you up with his
Right,
isn't it?
so he's got too much information. He doesn't know what to do with it.
Jada's gonna save us. The son.
Jada is definitely not saving us. Let me tell you something. Alright, if I'm gonna lay out on this table right now, I generally think aliens are among us, and they're thinking these people, man.
Well, like what? Men in
They're
Black.
disappointed in us.
Like Men in Black.
I think no. I don't think it's a situation where they need to annihilate us.
No, I mean like like aliens were among people like the Men in Black, innit?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think they're amongst us easy, calm.
Mm.
Because I was learning about a thing called reptilians.
Yep.
Right.
Like the queen in that, innit?
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm hearing about that thing and I'm thinking, you know what? My mind can conceptualize this. My mind is saying that could be a thing. And if my mind is saying that could be a thing, I'm going to trust my gut, because remember, before I was this physical person, there's a person that exists forever who can understand a lot more. So if my mind can understand that a reptilian can exist, just take it. I'm going to just take it.
So what other conspiracy you believe in then?
Yo, do you want to get started? How long have we
Do you
got?
think OJ did it?
I think they framed him.
I don't think he done it either. I think the son done it. I think he just took the rap.
I think they framed it. And I think
Or some mafia guy did it. I don't think
I
OJ
think
did
they
it.
framed him.
Yeah, I don't think OJ did it. And cool, about Diana, you think the royal family done it?
Yo, she was talking too much. That's all it was.
Cool.
Diana was talking too much. They didn't like that.
Madeleine McCain.
I think she knew something.
With the kid.
No, I think she was part of something that meant something bigger.
The kid. That young age.
You never know.
Come on, man.
You never know. Yeah, know what I'm saying? You never know. Because the thing is, sometimes I put it like this. My thing is, yeah, it's mad then. It's just a kid. That feeling of it's just a kid is what they've got you at. Now I'm saying I don't care if it's just a kid. I'm saying it's a person. And, you know, we have this understanding of, let's say, a kid at 6 should be able to do this. A kid at 12 does this. Now I'm saying, what if she was defying those standards and something mad was going on?
No, because we had this debate on what's that group again. What age did your parents leave you at home by yourself?
Like 7.
What year were you in 7? What year were you in 7? Because I was left alone. Me and my sister were left alone.
Yeah, I was left alone too.
Yeah, but not like for the whole weekend. Like my parents never went on holiday.
That'll be a couple hours. It'll be a couple hours.
Yeah. But if it was like long, we go to like my aunt's house, my cousin's house, stuff like that. Innit? But yeah. But I was just curious, innit? That's why, because we talked about this, and like one of the guys said, like, bro, his parents went away and left them at home for the whole weekend by themselves, innit? They eat snacks. I think, bro, what white person did that to you lot? Yeah, like left me and my sister for the whole weekend. How much terror was in the house? Hey, I mean, cable as well. Rugrats was full effect. In terms of music, so who are you feeling right now then, man?
Ooh, I'm not gonna lie to you. The first person that came to my mind was Moneybagg Yo.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yo, I miss Moneybagg Yo.
Listen.
And he's got a real one as well in terms of girl.
Listen. I mess with Moneybagg Yo.
Looking
right
like
now.
William, but this ain't my girlfriend.
Listen. I'm on money because that was the first person that came to mind. Moneybagg Yo. I'm really.
Keisha, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, Scorpio. Oh no. Hey, listen.
DMX sample, innit?
Who else? Skeng. International Murder People Edition. Cock and fire, pull a bun like Remington. Fully charge up, either feel like run up, fully charge up. Yeah. Who else am I feeling? Who else would I put on? I'm not gonna lie. I fuck with my piano very hard.
With the music?
Yeah, my piano. So I really be in the my piano thing real hard.
I'll be honest, guys, yeah. I can't do instrumentals on that.
No, but it's not an instrumental.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. You know what? I ain't been to African party like that, innit? That's why, innit? So I can't really judge, innit? I can't really judge. So I can't.
The good thing about an piano party, and I'm saying this now knowing that I have not been to one in the UK, is people dance
with each other.
No, not with each other. Why are you always obsessed with
Because
people dancing with each other?
I'm Caribbean.
You just want people to just dance.
I'm Caribbean.
You just want bum to be shaking on.
Big facts. Big. When you film going to a sausage fest, no way. Been there, done that. This is what I'm saying to you, like, raw. I'm from a Caribbean culture. The music I grew up on, like, raw. Murder She Wrote.
Murder She Wrote.
As soon as that song comes on, you know for a fact I need to find it.
I know you know that Only Me Alone. No one Only Me Alone. Listen, I wanna be loved, not for only me, but I'm not all you want me to be.
Bro, I like music where like girls dance, innit? Me dance, innit?
Real love with no strings. I thought you wanna give you my heart.
Even like the new song, like bust down, Tatiana, bust it. You know. But yeah, like I can't really do all the instrumentals. I can't go out. That's why I can't do drum and bass. I can't do the house. I can't listen to beats all night. Like
yeah, it doesn't have to be all night though.
Yeah, I know. And but again, I'm gonna be to run a rave before, innit? Like,
you need to go.
Oh no, I'll go for the experience. I'll go sober, but I'll go. Yeah, I'll go. So
I recommend it. I recommend it. Who else am I feeling? I can't draw for any artist. I just like music.
Who don't you like then?
Currently, I'll say this because I have to. Yeah, it may not mean nothing to y'all, but understand, you know? I used to really mess with Meg Thee Stallion.
Okay.
Listen, you pull up her old bangers, I'm rapping bar for bar. But lately, sis.
You didn't like lick? For instance, yeah.
Lately, it just feels like you're being used for an agenda and I'm not with it.
Do you think Tory did it?
I feel like before Tory, before anything, I feel like people like Meg, Cardi, Sukiana.
Shout out to Suki. I like Suki.
They're being used to, direct women in a narrative.
City girls as well.
City girls too. And don't get me wrong.
But it's been going for years though.
Okay, cool.
Because I grew up with Little Kim.
Yes. Don't get me wrong. I've been there. I've been from listen, like I'll be undressed with the bra all see through. I'm there. When it comes to let me lay on the line, I got a little freaking nest inside. I'm there. But now there's just no class to the lay on my booty, turn it up, and yeah.
I disagree. There's balance.
But I'm telling you, someone that's been fucking with it from day one that I don't really fuck.
It's choice. It's like hip hop. Not all hip hop's bad. There's happy hip hop. Happy rap. There's happy rap.
Yeah.
Again, like Rob, you said about Megan Thee Stallion. Rob, forget that. Listen to Jill Scott then. Listen to Erykah Badu then. Listen to LMA then.
I do.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what it's preference, don't it? But I'm not gonna lie. If I'm going to a rave, I don't want to hear Jill Scott. I want to hear you girls bust it down kind of thing. Oh, that's what I want to see in it. It's about balance, isn't it? But if I'm at home, I want to hear Mary.
And my thing is like I'm so here. Like one thing I like to highlight is from when we had that conversation about who is your what did you call it?
Role model, like who's inspiration?
Role model. Yeah. I never had one. I never had one. So I feel like with the mentality that I'm carrying, where I don't have a role model, none of these people are hitting me like that. Don't get me wrong. Every time I sign on to, let's say, my YouTube and I get home and I'm undressed and I'm doing something, I'm going to play some Summer Walker. That's just the vibe. It's nothing. It's nothing deeper than that. It's never going to make me act in a certain type of way. It's never going to make me move in a certain type of way. But I'm saying that this music is making people move in a certain type of way. And it's like someone turned the volume up. It was on 6, but we're turning up to 10 right now. Summer done said, I want to start with your mama. She should have whipped your ass. Like she's getting in it from the jump. And I'm not saying anything bad about it. I listen to it, but I'm listening to it with the intention of I'll listen to it and still go and experience, anyone I date with a clear mentality. But some people will go into it and be like, I want to stop your mama. She should have whipped your ass. Yeah. Like, or someone's lyrics, they'll be thinking, yeah, someone said that. Like, God bless me. I think I'm insane. Or, like, I should have just listened to some people are taking the lyrics to hearts. It's just music.
What's your message to the kids? Because again, these kids these days, they're not really getting much exercise.
Come off the phone, bro.
Because they're not playing outside.
Come off the phone, play outside more. Come off the phone, play outside.
I could understand to a certain extent because, look how many kids are going missing these days now, isn't it?
Yes, 100%.
And things like so. That's what I know. What's your advice to these kids these days now, isn't it? And plus, these kids, they're making money online now, doing Twitch and streaming and blogging stuff like that. So
make sure you're just doing it for the person that was you before you were in this physical form, whatever that means to you. If you're ready to hear that message, you are ready to hear it. If you're not, you're not. Make sure whatever you do is for you before you came into this physical form. Make sure it's making your soul smile. Make sure if you're twitching, it's because you're twitching because your soul is smiling at what that does to it. Make sure if you're making, because I was watching this thing called The Hype House on Netflix, which is about a house full of TikTokers. Right. Make sure you don't end up like those kids in the Hype House who are doing it because it makes them money, but they are depressed as hell. Make sure you're doing things that make your soul smile, because at the end of the day, your soul smiling is what's going to make you live longer and have a better quality of life. And that's what I'm trying to do. I don't always do things that make my soul smile. I'm also on that journey too. I'm actively working because I see the difference.
Last before we leave here, for the Tipsy Talk topic here, can you be an independent woman and ask for child support?
Of course.
How? But you're asking for help.
It's not for me. It's for them. It's for the child. It's not for me.
So you think all the money is going to go to the child?
I would personally do that.
I can't see that.
I feel like with child support, for me, I can only speak for myself and nobody else. If I'm asking you for child support, that's my small way of asking you to input into this child's life, because at least you did that.
But you're saying independent, which means solo.
No. I'm independent. It's not support as in I couldn't do it myself.
But it's called child support, though.
Yeah.
So you're asking for child support.
Yes, child support. But as I said just now, it's not about my money, my status, or anything. I'm asking you for this thing for the baby, not for myself, for the baby, for the child that's at hand, just so that I can just say that you at least did that for the baby. At least. It's nothing to do with money. It's just so that I can say at least he paid child support.
Which is probably going to your cigarettes and your...
And I don't smoke cigarettes, sorry.
No, and cool. Money for you to go raving.
I don't go raving, sorry.
Money for you to go Primark and that.
I don't go Primark, sorry.
I can't believe £600 for my man's paycheck is going straight to the
but
kids.
Kids are expensive.
I'm just saying, me personally.
And what do you know? Like, the thing is, I feel like I read this quote twice. 2 people posted it today. Like, why are you expecting the worst? Why are you not thinking this £600 in child support you're paying is not going to a trust fund that this mother has decided to make for this child? Why are you not thinking that every month let's say for example, the child's expenses only cost, let's say £200. Yeah. Why are you not thinking that 400 of that money is going towards a saving that, yes, you're putting your 400, and because she's independent, she's putting another 400 every month until this child is, let's say, 16. Because it's something similar that happened to me as I was growing up. Yeah, my parents were putting money into something, and this is working for the greater good. She's not got malintentions. She's trying to see the child excel because that's her baby. Why is that not a thing? Why you got to worry about you're spending it on this and it? Why can't it just be?
Because it's called child support. If it's called child support, it should go to the child, isn't it?
Right.
If I'm not seeing that £400,
so why are you not trusting that okay, cool, it's going to the child? It's child support.
I need to see proof of that.
Okay, cool. What if it's going into the trust fund?
But that's what I would need to see proof of that. Or why?
If you do, what happens once you do?
No qualms then.
So why are we having this conversation?
No qualms. But because
the person you decided to nut in, you should have trusted that person because you nutted in that person.
Or maybe I told the girl, I don't want a child right now, innit? Bam. She said, cool, no problem. It happened, innit?
Yeah.
But it's all subjective, innit?
It's all subjective. Every woman.
But I'm just saying, I just personally don't think you can class yourself as an independent woman if you're asking for child support. That's just me personally. You're asking for help. It's support
for the child.
It's still support.
For the child.
It's still support. I am so tipsy. We're going through a rabbit hole. Pandora's box. No, because we had this debate. WhatsApp group isn't. That's why, innit? But before we go, give your socials out, man. People know your social media's at.
It's very Valerie with 2 underscores. Very VALERIE 2 underscores. Hit me up if you need help. I got you. I care about you. If we connect and we have a genuine conversations, I'm all about genuine conversations. I'm all about, growing and elevating in a very natural, organic way. Big up your damn self, man. And, love yourself enough to ask for help if you need to. That's me, Very Valerie, TikTok and Instagram. Yeah.
I know you bearded men sliding their DMs and that.
I don't need that, boo-boo. I'm all right.
And make sure you got 350 for each family member as well, yeah?
400, just be careful. 400, I'm going to need a 50 buck. Got the...
Tipsy Talk, Wave Wednesday, champagne conversation, banter before bed. Here we go. Cheers!